Imagine a world glowing golden in the night sky, shining brighter than any other. From a distance, it seems serene, almost beautiful, a planet so close to our own, yet hiding mysteries and dangers beyond imagination. This is Venus, Earth's enigmatic twin, a world of extremes that challenges everything we know about what makes a planet habitable. Its radiant glow has fascinated observers for centuries, yet beneath the shimmering clouds lies an environment so hostile that nothing we know could survive on its surface. At first glance, Venus looks remarkably like Earth. Both are rocky planets with iron cores, similar diameters, and comparable mass. The resemblance earned Venus the nickname Earth's twin, but the similarities end there. Earth supports life with oceans, breathable air, and moderate temperatures. Venus, in stark contrast, is a planet dominated by extreme heat, crushing pressure, and toxic skies. The surface alone is enough to destroy any probe or object sent from Earth. Without massive, unprecedented changes, life as we know it could never survive there. The temperatures on Venus are enough to melt lead. Average surface heat hovers around 462 degrees Celsius or 864 degrees Fahrenheit. Imagine an endless furnace stretching across the entire planet, where even metal melts in moments, where every molecule vibrates with scorching heat. Nothing alive could withstand such fire. Any machinery, vehicle, or protective suit would be challenged to last more than a few minutes before succumbing to the relentless conditions. Then there's the atmosphere, a suffocating, heavy blanket of carbon dioxide, 93 times denser than Earth's air. Standing on Venus is like being nearly a kilometer underwater, yet instead of water, it's a crushing mixture of gas and acid. Ordinary structures, machinery, or even spacecraft would collapse under the weight, flattened by the dense atmosphere. The planet presses down on everything with an unrelenting force, leaving little hope for survival. Above this deadly air, clouds of sulfuric acid swirl endlessly. The sky rains corrosive droplets that never reach the ground, suspended in a perpetual toxic haze. The air itself is poisonous, and breathing it is impossible. Even if someone could survive the heat and pressure, the acid would corrode anything not specifically designed to resist it. The environment is a perfect storm of lethality, a reminder that Venus is one of the most extreme worlds in the solar system. Venus spins in a way that defies expectation. A single day lasts 243 Earth days, longer than its entire year. One side of the planet bakes under relentless sunlight for months, while the other is plunged into extended darkness. Such a slow rotation creates dramatic temperature swings, violent winds, and unpredictable weather patterns. Imagine living in a place where a sunrise might take months to appear, and a sunset could last as long. The concept of a regular day or night simply does not exist here. On top of that, Venus has almost no magnetic field. Without this natural shield, solar and cosmic radiation bombards the planet's surface continuously. Life, if it were to exist, would face lethal radiation at all times. Even sensitive electronics, machinery, and human-made materials would degrade rapidly under constant exposure. Between the heat, crushing pressure, toxic air, and radiation, Venus presents one of the harshest environments in the solar system. Yet, there is a sliver of hope. About 50 kilometers above the surface, conditions are surprisingly Earth-like. Temperatures and pressures at this altitude are far more manageable. Scientists have envisioned floating habitats in these skies, suspended in the thick carbon dioxide, filled with breathable air. Here, life or human habitation could exist without touching the fiery surface below. These cloud-level colonies represent the first real foothold on a planet otherwise ruled by extremes, and they provide a vision of how survival might begin. Even if floating cities were possible, Venus would not feel like home. The day would still last months, with the sun rising in the west and setting in the east, opposite of what we experience on Earth. The sky might glow golden or orange, and misty clouds could drift endlessly across the horizon. Gravity is slightly weaker than Earth's, making movement feel lighter. Every aspect of life would be different, from the air you breathe, to the light you live under, to the vast expanse of clouds surrounding you. Venus may have once been more like Earth. Geological evidence suggests it could have had oceans, a milder climate, and conditions suitable for life billions of years ago. Phosphine gas detected in the upper atmosphere hints at the tantalizing possibility of life, or the remnants of life, existing above the scorching surface. What we see today is an extreme version of what may have been, A cautionary tale of runaway greenhouse effects and planetary climate change. Transforming Venus into a truly habitable world would be a monumental task. Temperatures would need to drop drastically. Carbon dioxide would have to be reduced, and sulfuric clouds removed. Oxygen would need to be introduced into the air. Water would need to be delivered, possibly by redirecting icy comets from distant corners of the solar system. A magnetic field would be essential to shield life from radiation, and artificial light cycles might be required to offset the planet's extremely long days. These feats surpass anything humanity has achieved so far, but they remain a compelling vision for the future. Even imagining these transformations is awe-inspiring. Picture oceans shimmering under a golden sky, gentle rain falling on newly formed plains, and winds flowing softly across emerging continents. Floating cities could drift high above the surface, acting as first footholds for life. Over time, the surface might cool, volcanic plains solidify, and rivers carve valleys through hardened rock. Sunlight could finally reach the land freely for the first time in billions of years, allowing the planet to breathe once more. Studying Venus teaches lessons for Earth as well. The extremes of its climate reveal how delicate planetary balance is. By imagining how to cool Venus, reduce greenhouse gases, and protect life there, we gain insights that could help sustain and preserve life here at home. Venus is both a warning and an inspiration, a golden world that could, one day, rise from fire into calm, a second Earth in the skies of the solar system. For now, Venus remains a dream. It shines brightly, a twin in size yet a stranger in temperament. A planet of fire, acid, and crushing pressure, yet within its clouds possibilities exist. Floating habitats, transformed skies, and new oceans could make it a place of life in the distant future. Venus challenges imagination, beckons exploration, and holds the potential for a rebirth unlike any other. It is a golden enigma, calling us to look up, to wonder, and perhaps, one day, to turn a hellish world into a frontier of hope.